Hi there, before you start listening, fun fact, I recorded this beforehand, and I thought it was going well, but I listened to the audio, and it sounded like shit. It sounded like Brainiac from Doom Patrol.
Basically 13 years we've been waiting for so long with nothing, no results, no news or anything. And now we have Netflix's special, Into the Florpus.
I'm not joking, it genuinely sounded like Brainiac from Doom Patrol, so I gotta re-record all over again. Ah, lovely. Anyway, enjoy the video. So, Invader Zim Into the Florpus. So, history. I grew up with Invader Zim through reruns on Nickelodeon from late primary to early high school. So, when hearing that the show was coming back for a Netflix special, I was hyped because this show was good. The show was dark, ominous, and it was just weird and ominous, and I loved it. It was a darkish kind of cartoon, and I loved it. So, Into the Florpus. I personally enjoyed it. It was everything that I hoped to be. For one, the original creator was involved, so that's cool. That's good to hear. Normally this kind of thing doesn't have the original creator in mind, but thankfully it does. It's well animated and nicely lit, and just having that same tone as the show itself. Like, it doesn't feel like it's actually like weakened in time. It's actually still the same as it was before, and that's a good thing. It still has that overall suspiciously ominous tone about it. Like, it's not afraid to go dark sometimes, and in this special you get a few things here and there, and it's quite funny. There's a lot of funny moments with the cast because, oh my god, hearing the old cast as their roles again is brilliant. Richard Horvitz as Zim, I missed him so much. Like, just hearing Zim again was just so amazing. Hearing him be Zim, it was just amazing. Roserick Simmons, hopefully I pronounced that right, as Gur, I missed him as well. I've missed Gur's antics. I love them. Everyone who took part, everyone who did their part, it feels like they've not forgotten how to play the role. Like, after like 13 years, they still immediately get into the character. It felt like they were being the characters, and not a thing has been broken. It actually works. It was good. It's well acted, and overall hilarious. The basic summary of the special is, Dib is trying to stop Zim from conquering the world and impressing the tallest. And well, it goes one way or the other, and well, Zim gets closer to conquering the world than ever he did in the show. And it is quite a spectacular feast. Like, they don't waste any time just showing the wackiness and absurdity of just how Invader Zim was. Invader Zim was dark and weird, but it could just be anything. Anything could happen, and it plays the opportunities so well. It is amazing. I'll admit, when I was watching this, a couple of things threw me off. In fact, some of the character designs, only the main cast, like for example, the main three casts, Zim, Dib, and Gaz. Dib, I was surprised at his change, because in the old show, he was much more pastier looking and had a bigger forehead.
My head's not big!
But in this style, he's a bit more shrunken and more well-toned, which I understand because the creator has gone for a different style in general, and that's fine. It just threw me off a bit because I was just used to the old style, but I don't mind it, what they've done here. I don't mind it. It looks nice. It just took a while to get used to. Gaz's hair was a bit less spikier and less detailed, but I was fine with it. Zim, he's relatively the same, except he's a bit more rounded and not as spiky, because in the old show it had a jagged feel, always a jagged dark feel to it. Here everything's a bit more rounded, so I didn't mind it. It was just my old, nostalgia basically, but I grew used to the animation style quite easily, so it was nice. It was very colourful and not afraid to play around with certain things. Like, it still holds the dark, ominous tones of the show. Like, I loved it. An hour and 50-minute special of Invader Zim? Sign me up. It's like the show never even left. It was just kind of like, oh, it's back. And I gotta say, I won't spoil anything, but there was a nice few cameos here and there. So if you have never seen the show, you might miss out the whole big ordeal, but if you want, you should definitely check out the show if you can. At Netflix, here's an opportunity for you. If this special gets a lot of viewers and upvotes, then you should at least get all the episodes from the show onto your platform for all regions of the countries. That would be a good idea. I'm just saying, if they like that, they should definitely check out the original show on Netflix. See, that could work to your advantage here. I'm just saying, it could really help, because the show was really good. It was a really interesting cartoon, because it was quite disturbing. Like, if I had to say the least, like, there was a few disturbing episodes, like, Invader Zim harbors organs so he can be more human, and he swaps out other kids' organs for objects, and it's really disturbing. Like, how they got away with that, I do not know. Like, how they got away with that on air, I don't understand. There's a lot of weird stuff in Invader Zim, but it was great. But I'll say this, the last 40 minutes or 35 minutes are just a complete, utter cluster of chaos and madness, and it's what Invader Zim was, and it was amazing. You see a lot of action, you see a lot of wackiness from Zim, Dib, or Gert, Gaz, all the characters and extras, and it's just, I loved it. It was just so wild, and I really liked it. I really liked it. I was laughing at the beginning, like, they had this cool transition opening where it's a different art style, and it reminds me of JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Like, you got Dib, like, he's drawn as a grown-ass man. He's like, I'm Dib Membrane. I'm 12 years old. I'm like, oh my god, this is so JoJo. It's so JoJo Bizarre Adventure. So, if you haven't seen the show, don't worry if you don't get certain things. It doesn't need you to watch the show to get things. It's just one or two things, but if you want to see more, you should definitely check out the show itself. But you can watch the movie without watching the show. It doesn't really leave you on the loop. It lets you know what's happening. It lets you know who the characters are pretty quickly. So besides those minor detail changes that just kind of threw me off, everything was fine to me. Like the scores I played in the movie felt just right. It felt Zim. It felt like Invader Zim. The way it looked, it felt like Invader Zim. It just felt like nothing had changed. Even though there were some changes, obviously, but like it felt like nothing's like really broken the barrier of Invader Zim. It felt right. It's the best way to put it. I don't want to spoil anything, but I dare not ruin this awesome, great piece of a special for Invader Zim fans. So yeah, Netflix, I'm just saying, if people really like this special, I highly recommend you get the show on your platform, all the episodes to be playing as an option. So that's my overall thoughts on Invader Zim Into the Florpus. It has the same dark tone, plenty of action, plenty of weirdness, and it is hilarious, and you'll enjoy it if you enjoy Invader Zim. If you haven't seen it before, check it out, and if you're interested, go check out the show itself. So tell me, what did you think? Did you like Invader Zim Into the Florpus? If you didn't, leave in the comments down below. Why'd you like it? Why you didn't like it? Leave in the comments down below, and I'm happy to listen. I'm happy to listen and read. But obviously I can't listen to your texts. And if you're interested, check out my other cartoon-related videos I've done. Just see if they catch your fancy. And if you like what you see, I'd appreciate if you subscribed. Up to you. If you guys have any recommendations, I would humbly appreciate if you just tell me in the comments down below what you'd like to see more. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see y'all next time.